Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And this opening kickoff will not even reach the landing zone. It hits short of the 20, so that's going to move the ball out to the 40-yard line. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. You look at this Colt defense. They're squarely in the middle of the pack against the run this year, number 16 in the NFL.
Always think back to what my defensive coordinator in college used to tell me. Playing against the run is 11 individual battles, man on man. And are you going to win that battle? You're going to whip the guy across from you and get to the ball carrier, wrap him up, and put him on the ground. Because the one thing he absolutely detested was yards after contact. Tackle him, put him down on the spot.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be...
He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Colts are on the board first here in Vegas. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, and lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. They'll set up to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And, oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down. The Raiders at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So
now the ball comes loose. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You look at this Raiders defense. They currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. There's some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
In motion goes the tight end. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one left side caught by Collins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
Defensively going forward, they're going to have to watch out for him on plays just like that. It's a drag route across the field, and they're trying to free him up and let him run after the catch. That won't be the last time we see that play, and it works there to pick up a 1st down.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Now into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by a Fitu Melifonwu. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 41. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Second quarter from Vegas, the homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react. And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. Second and goal from the 1.
Let's go.
Bigsby. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Goedert. Touchdown! Dallas Goedert, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders are able to widen their advantage. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is up to 8. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you.
This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Colts are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. But DeMeco Ryans, even with the defensive mindset, he'll elect to go for 2 here. He's got it at the 2. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. And CD, that's the 2nd time this half they've put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Waddle's first catch, good for a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Here's a 2nd and 5. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They'll set up a throw. And he'll be touched down to the end, but a big play on that one.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flushed out right. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Colts force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Jackson now. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Raiders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Pass complete right side to Bowers.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Now Jackson. Flush to his right.
He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL, but it's a pretty good one, isn't it? You still have to put some numbers up in order to get in, okay? The secret knock is still there. How about him getting it done? Proud of him.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. Now it's Jackson.
That one taken in by Neighbors.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
To throw is Jackson. This is caught. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. Jackson's going to try the sneak. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the sneak, not what he was hoping for, and it's third down. Touchdown, Colts. Brock Bowers, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Colts have retaken a third-quarter lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead is already. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Colts pick it up. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Boy, a rough time for a turnover there. They give it away on their first possession of this second half.
And what makes it worse, Brandon, is that they've already given away the lead in this quarter on the touchdown drive a minute ago. Now they run the risk of really falling behind unless their defense can bail them out a little bit. They'll be cheering for them hard from the sidelines.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
In motion, the tight end. From the gun, Jackson. Short throw caught by Bowers. Down the left sideline. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Brock Bowers with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Colts will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And it's a fumble. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. 2nd and 6. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Throw right side, taken in by Collins. And the Raiders are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
That's to the pylon and incomplete.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They're going to try and run. But he will not get in here. He stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line. And that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical. You feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Oh, what a great job defensively to stack things up. They were committed to stopping the run. They knew it was coming. And now it looks like they should get the football back as they force an important 3 and out.
They throw it out right complete. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fighting them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10.
Jackson to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Throwing now is Jackson. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least. If they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal.
Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. It saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Back to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Here's 1st and goal.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Well, let's see where they turn on 3rd and goal from the 5.
And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Going to have one big call left. Here we go.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll look to throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And the Colts are going to recover the football. And that should be enough to get them home. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Still going, and he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Point after, right down the middle. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Thomas. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. This is 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here's 1st down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however.
Sly on for the extra point.
And the lead is down to 2. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Colts, it was a great all-around performance.